now. Take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.
Half a day, everyone, and welcome to another Sims 4 with iHeart671. I did want to say this is a little different. I got a tweet from a follower, and they wanted me to actually do their starter home for their new game on Sims 4. Now, mind you, I did ask them for a must-have list, so I do have that must-have list on with me, and I did get the house, so I'm going to be showing you what the house looks like right now. And this is the front of the home. I think this is absolutely the cutest, quaintest little home, especially for a starter home, without it being a tiny house. So I'm showing you a little bit more angles on the home. Now, he did not like the way that you have to go up the side of the house. Now, he wanted it to look this way, but he didn't want the stairs on the side. So I will be changing that a little bit. I know this is more of the interior of the home that we are doing. However, he just really wanted me to change the stairs. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I could do that. No biggie here. And I just look at the picture on this. This is just so beautiful. This home is so cute. Now, I just wanted to say before this, he did, of course, like I said, give me a list of things he wanted me to change. So going through, I'm going to try to use as many base game items as I can. He did not remember which games he was brought. I'm guessing he doesn't buy his own games, so he doesn't know what games he's been bought, because this Sims 4, I think she said she bought 3 other expansion packs for him, so he doesn't know which ones they are. So I'm going to use as many base games as I can, and if I really just feel like something really just fits in at the moment, I'm going to put it there so that if he does get that expansion pack, he can keep it. If not, it's gone, but it's not that big of a deal. But of course, when it comes to furniture and all of that, I'm going to try to use as many base games as I can. As you could see, this roof and this porch was giving me such issues. It just did not look right to me. So you see me fidget around with it a lot. I feel like the way the roof is pointed just threw me off. So I fidget with that a lot. But I decided to keep it in so that you could see my progress and my process when it comes to making this porch. And I did want to also mention, if you want me to do an interior, I have so much fun doing interior of homes. You can send me a shell challenge house, or just a house like this follower wanted me to do, where he's going to be playing in it. And then, of course, expanding later, which I can also help with that. But just send me a home, and I would love to do the interior, especially on camera. That would be amazing. I know a lot of Simser people, YouTubers, like to do the entire home, not with anybody specifically in mind. But I just want to do just a little bit different. If you do have a family and you do want me to do the interior, just send me the shell, or send me, the link for the house that you want me to do. And then just your must-have list, so that I can make sure that it's functional for you. Because at the end of the day, I'm very big on functionality when it comes to homes. I want it to function well for your Sims. I want it to where you don't have to wait 3 hours to get to the front door to go to work. And I know big homes look nice and this and that, but when you're doing a gameplay, it's just not as functional, depending on the story mode that you have or the story that you're going with. Now, here I have the bathroom. One of my favorite rooms in the house is the bathroom. And not just because of what you do in the bathroom. It's because it's just the most forgotten room to me. A lot of people they put the toilet paper holder and the soap dispenser and some towels, and they call it a day. I feel like the bathroom needs a little bit more love than that. I was going to tell you a TMI, but I'm not going to do it. But I just feel like, especially in my home, the bathroom was the most favorite thing to do. I love to design my bathroom, and I'm in love with how my bathroom looks. So, of course, I'm going to start first with the bathroom. Now, this wallpaper to me was absolutely just beautiful. The way that I see his sim And what he told me, so let me go over that. He told me that his sim was a young adult, loved to read, and not just that, but later on in his gameplay, he was actually going to try and adopt or like foster a child. So I'm thinking he's probably going to do the foster kid mod, and then eventually do an adoption. And he said it was because that's how he was brought into his family. He was a foster child and then they decided to adopt him. So I feel like this is just something that a lot of people don't even realize, when it comes to like adoption and things like that. But I just feel like with this, him wanting to start and then finding a foster child, I think this is such a great gameplay. I just fell in love with it. So I do a little bit more in the kid's bedroom. And of course, he did tell me the gender. He wanted a son, to adopt a little boy just like him. So I did go a little bit more out on the bedroom for the little boy. He said he doesn't like too much clutter. His house is very minimalistic. He likes that look. He does want it to look lived in though, but without too much clutter. So trying to figure out what that means was a little hard, for me, but I think I got it. Now, you see me putting a little bit of clutter in the bathroom. I'm playing around with the colors right now, especially with the flowers on the wall. I see the red, but I'm like, is it too much red? And I did, funny story. So when I was doing this house, I completely forgot, after I finished eating, completely forgot to turn on the recording again. Rookie mistake, I know. So I had done like all of the living room and like a lot of the kitchen already and didn't record it. So then, genius me, I just went ahead and just undid everything and then on camera redid everything. So that's why you see it going extremely fast and me pressing one button. Funny story, won't happen again, but at least I learned, early in my YouTube career. So you see, I changed a little bit of the bathroom, and then this kitchen, I absolutely love it. He wanted an open floor plan, so I did try to give him that. The house itself, though, really allowed, and basically it called for an open floor plan, so that was easy for me. A lot of homes where they do want an open floor plan, it's kind of like, oh, how am I supposed to do this? And it makes it a little bit harder, but this just called for, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So you see me here using the red shelf. Now I did want to shout out Simlissy. Hopefully I'm saying it right, Simlissy. I watch her all the time, and this is where I got this from, actually, the red shelf. She is like a clutter queen, and so I got this from her, and it took me a long time to understand how to use it. And you see me right here. That's why I kept all this in, is because I wanted you to see like me learning how to do things along the way as well. And just to, big ups to her, because she makes it look flawless and she makes it look so easy. So I will soon be getting there the more I use it. So you see me here redoing my cheats because I did have to log off because of the recording, and now I'm hitting the debug. I feel like there's a lot of debug items, but I had to, of course, tell myself he does not want a lot of clutter. So make sure you only put things that are necessary. And I think, of course, like I said, I did that. I did want to put a lot more shelving units in, but I just felt like that did add to more of the clutter. So I decided not to put the shelving units in, especially if it's a young adult male, especially starting out in a new home. I just feel like if he wants me to do it, I'll just redo it later, but I just didn't feel like it fit the character that he told me. And going back to the character, his character loves to read. His character also loves to run, loves to work out, So you'll see me add a couple of those things later. He didn't really have more on what they were going to be doing for work, but he did think that being like a cop was pretty cool and things like that. So you see me add a little bit of those things in a little bit later down the line. But you see me going through debug because there's just so much. And so I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm fighting the want to put all this clutter on there, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And you see me doing a little bit more when it comes to decorating the kitchen. I did hide the smoke detector. Don't call the fire marshal on me, but I just felt like I needed to cover that thing up. It just ruined the vibe for me. So of course now I'm just adding a little bit more things to the wall just to make it look a little bit more lived in without it looking too cluttery. And then here you see me wanting to put a desk or something because he reads. He said he's going to definitely be a nerd and things like that. And then I tried to add a bar. That makes sense, doesn't it? So I end up not keeping anything right there and I just gave up and decided that, you know what? I'm going to go to the upstairs. I just felt the need to go do that. So I decided to go to the upstairs portion of this. And funny story, I do not like two-story homes in real life. I just don't want to live in a two-story home. Nothing about a two-story home excites me. And my husband actually loves two-story homes because that's all he grew up in. He also grew up in a big family where I'm an only child. So I just feel like, no, I just want everything on one floor. And one of the homes that I had in Florida, it had like a split floor plan. So basically, like there were rooms on one side and the master on the complete other side of the house. And to me, that's my favorite way to live. But if you have little kids, it's not as, I don't have any children, so I would love that house. But if you're starting a family, it's not as conducive to have the kids all on one side and then the parents on the other. So that's when they get a little bit older in age, basically. But I love that floor plan. And I think everything on one floor is so much better. But that's just my opinion. Here, I didn't want to make the rooms any bigger. He liked the way it looked. I'm not redoing the exterior, so I had to make these rooms work. Now, if you hear this struggle in my voice, it's because I struggled with this a lot. I love big bedrooms because I just feel like a bedroom is a sanctuary. A bedroom is where you really can just go and unwind. Like, yes, you can unwind at home after work, but to me, a bedroom is a sanctuary. So I just feel like I would rather a bigger bedroom than a bigger bathroom, if that makes sense. Do I take that back? I don't know. Maybe I'll take it back by the end. I have to think about it. I just really love bedrooms and I feel like, no, I take it back. Take it back completely. I want a bigger bathroom, smaller bedroom, but I want the bedroom to be a sanctuary. There we go. Now, the wall didn't want me to be great and put the clouds on that wall. And you see me struggling with that right now. But just trying to see where I want to place everything. The red shelf comes back out because I know I want to put stuff up there. Now, mind you, when it comes to putting shelves above beds, that just makes me like cringe because when I'm going to sleep, I always feel that it's going to fall. I feel like somebody is going to shake the world and it's going to fall on me, and that's going to be the end of me with a freaking shelf falling on my head. I know, dramatic, but that's just me. So that's why I would never put a shelf over a bed. But I just wanted to share that with everyone. Now, mind you, I'm going into the kids' room, so I'm expecting the kid to have a lot of different, how would you put, like hobbies. So I wanted it to be as general as possible because you don't know what kind of kid you're going to adopt, foster, what their likes, dislikes are going to be. So just try to make it as much kid friendly as possible. So that transition that you just saw was my brain fried. I was done, so I just stopped it for a little bit before I came back. And when I came back, I decided to come back to the master bathroom, which isn't so master, but it'll work. And so I'm just trying to figure out, like, give me a feel of what this sim is like. And so I just decided a little neutral brown would do. There's not a lot of space for countertops or anything like that. And I would have to say that big props to anybody who does not have counter space and makes it work. I've seen so many people that do not have any counter space in their home, and I am absolutely floored by how they're able to make it work. Creativity to the max in that point, because I put literally everything under my bathroom sink. So to not have that and to make it work, big props to all of you. Now I'm going into the master bedroom. I'm done with the master bathroom for now. And I go into the master bedroom, and he did say he's very plain, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, but I'm going to make you a little bit extra today. So I did add in a dresser just because, yeah, you technically don't need a dresser in the bedroom. However, it just makes it look a little bit more realistic when everyone has a dresser, some type of dresser in their room, and there's no closet space here. And so he's going to have to make it work with this little dresser, just like the son. Now, I love carpets in rooms. I have a carpet over a carpet in my bedroom because I just love, or I have a rug over my carpet. I just love rugs in general. I love rugs. I love rugs. Point blank, period. That's it. I just feel like rugs bring so much more warmth into a home. And then these side tables, it took a lot out of me for these side tables because I just could not find anything to match this bed that I really liked base game wise. So it was a struggle trying to make it work, but I finally did find side tables that I liked. And then to put a little painting on the wall just to make him a little happier, you know. He does, of course, like reading and things like that. So I would think maybe he liked geography, the world, and just little tidbits like that. So that's why I chose those paintings that I chose. I go back to the bathroom just because there's no toilet paper. We need toilet paper in this house. And from here you can see I'm adding his robe, his master robe. I was going to add something in front of the toilet, but I was like, he won't have any leg space. And granted, you don't need much leg space when you're sitting on a toilet, but to me, it just didn't look right. So I didn't add that. But what I did add, may I say, to the bathroom, which is extremely important apparently in a bathroom, is a floor length mirror so that you could see yourself getting a shower. Something's wrong with me when it comes to mirrors. I love mirrors in homes. I feel like mirrors are just necessary. As you can see, my touch of mirrors are just everywhere in the house. I just feel like it's necessary. Now, of course, after going upstairs, I realized the desk has to come down here. The office space has to be down here, which is good because then he can watch the kid to make sure, you know, whenever they're on the computer, they're actually doing the work. And so I did choose this computer because I feel like his work is important to him, so he is going to spend the money on it. And I am just trying to decorate the walls a little bit. The walls are high, which he loves, but at the same time, it's just nobody's going to look that high up. So I didn't put too much high up there. And then you see this little entryway table that I have. I wanted to add a little bit more foliage, some more flowers there. So that's what I was looking at doing. I add a little bit more tidbits onto the wall in the bedroom. I realized the nightstand was not supposed to be by the door, but by the bed. So I moved that. You see me trying to place this cloud sticker somewhere, but it just, none of it looked right. To me at least, because there's a reason why the dinosaurs are up there, right? He loves dinos apparently. Hopefully he actually does love dinosaurs. That would be pretty cool. But you see me here just trying to put a little bit more effort into the room because I just feel like this kid is worth it. So I know that especially when you're fostering or adopting, you want that child to feel as wanted or as cared for, as important as you feel they are. So of course I did put a little bit more effort into the child's room just so that he could see that effort that he put into it, you know? And so that when he goes in there, he's happy to be in his room. He's happy to be in there. I was thinking about putting pictures up, but I was like, that's not his family. So I just decided to replace it with a spaceship, which I thought was extremely cool, especially for a kid. Just to see someone riding on top of a spaceship, that's pretty cool. And then I changed the master bedroom. I was like, you know what? This is too much blue. So I did change it a little bit here, just to give it a little bit more light. As you can see, it gets brighter when you change the wallpaper and stuff, which I believe happens in real life. I was just like, my husband won't let me paint all the walls yellow. Why? Yellow is my favorite color, in case anybody didn't get the hint. Absolutely love the color yellow. Now I'm going through all the rooms and just redoing like the pictures on the walls and this and that. Now, it took a lot out of me to not put three floor length mirrors on this wall. It took a lot out of me because of the fact that I really, really, really wanted to do it, but I knew that was being a little too extra. So I decided to just find a painting to put on there. And I'm very happy of the paintings that I did choose to put in the bathroom because at the end it just looked like something he would do. It just looked like something that he would put there. That's my Alexa talking to me right now, so I'm sorry if you heard that. But I did change this as well. I'm glad I didn't keep that last painting on there. Like I said, I'm an extra person, but I also know when I'm being extra, and that was extra. So I put a rug, another rug under the desk area so that the desk and the chairs don't scratch up the floors. That was my thought to it. And of course here I'm just going back through, making sure there's nothing else that I want to put anywhere. When I was on gameplay one day, I did see this and I thought it was super cute how it really makes the room light up. And so I decided I have to use this for his room just to give him a little bit more, maybe there is a nightlight. However, this right here is just so cool to me. So I decided to use, of course, my red shelf again to put that on there. And mind you, I really am still practicing on how to do it. So that's why you see me fidget with it a lot, trying to get in the center, not knowing where to actually put it. Mind you, this is a speed interior design. So imagine how long that took me without it being on speed. Put that into your mind. That's embarrassing, but I'm getting the hang of it. Now here I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put in this corner. I don't know why I put an art easel, knowing that he never told me anything about painting. I don't know why I did that, but then I was like, oh, hello. He likes to run, he likes to work out, things like that, just to stay in shape. So of course I'm going to put workout equipment there, right? No, I took it away again. Why did I do that? I don't know. But I did put a punching bag there. I thought when you go into a guy's house, you're always going to see like a punching bag or something there. You see me trying to figure out what to put on the desk. And then that gave me the bright idea to clutter the desk up a little later. What is up with me in a bar? What? I have a bar in my home and it's like the center of attention. So maybe that's why I keep wanting to put a bar in this house, even though he told me nothing about him being a mixologist or loving to drink. I don't know. Now you see me, of course, trying to clutter things up a little bit here just to make it look a little bit more lived in. Now, granted, there's plenty of people's desks who are bare because that's how they have to work. Now, he told me he likes the house to be lived in. So to me, lived in is putting the pencils up there, putting, tissues up there and things like that. If there were a lot of candles, I would have put candles because I have candles on my desk just to add a little bit more warmth and coziness. Now, when I am in this clutter section, if I see something, I'm like, oh, that would actually do good in the kitchen. That's what I do. Now, you see this technique here? I finally figured out how to make this work for me. You put it not on the height of the actual object, but on the side. Hello. Now, once again, in the clutter section, I found something else to put in the kitchen. It all looks great. I'm finally figuring out how to do this clutter thing and try to get the object out of the vicinity just to make it a little easier, which you see me doing here. I did put a camera up there only because I just feel he's going to be taking a lot of pictures with his kid. So put the camera up there, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a sprinkle of this, and a sprinkle of that helps out. And it goes a long way. Certain things that I see myself putting up here, I'm like, why was I going to put that there? But in the heat of the moment, it sounds like a good idea until it's not a good idea. Now, me and flowers, if you see my home, I want flowers everywhere. I want greenery everywhere. I have just not gotten to the point to get fresh flowers every week, only because I know they're going to die. I cannot grow anything. I cannot keep anything alive. The only thing I can keep alive is myself and my cats. And it's because you don't need to take care of cats. They take care of themselves. And my husband reminds me to feed them. So that's why I don't have kids. Now, this was super cute until I realized I want to keep it base game. So I decided just to put back the corkboard that I had. Even though that other one was so cute, but of course it was parenthood. And that's a big deal. That's a big part of the wall that would be empty. So I decided to just change it. I didn't want him to see how cool that thing looked. And then there was nothing on the wall because he didn't have the pack. So I decided to just change it back. And then if he does get the parenthood, he could put that up there. And then that's me trying to do I don't know what, because it looked fine the way it was in the beginning. That's just me being finicky. But I'm glad I decided to just leave it all alone. Now, there goes my 3 mirror. I finally got to put it up. But for now, everything in the home is to my liking. So I go into the less essential hallways. I know we need hallway love, this and that, but this hallway gave me so much grief. Only because I didn't know what I wanted to do for this landing. It was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't want to leave it blank because I just feel like landings in homes can be decorated. Don't leave them out. They're like second to the bathroom. Don't leave them out. And I decided to try to be as creative as I could with this, but it didn't work out. If I sigh, that just means I don't know why I spent so much time on this. So if you hear me sigh, that's why. So here we go. I just finally decided to plop a plant there and move on with my life because it just was not working for me and I knew it wasn't, but I didn't want to let it go. So I finally just let it go. And then I went on to then make my life a little bit harder by trying to do this other corner. So I put a bookshelf in the kids' room because if the father likes to read, the son is probably going to like to read too when they read together. And then I decided to put the shelving unit on the opposite side, but instead of giving myself so much grief, I just plopped a plant up there and called it a day because I didn't want to have to deal with that anymore. It was just too much for me, this whole thing. And I wanted to put, of course, something there that I could put more plants on, but I just, like I said, called it a day. Now here I wanted to put more mirrors, but like I said, being extra again. And then I came up with the bright idea that how does this man like to read, but there's no bookcases or bookshelves? So that's what I decided to do here. I added a little bit more bookshelves here just because I feel like it just needs to be the main attraction right there. Like that's his whole hobby area where he likes to read and work out, and it's right next to the desk. Now, if he likes to read so much, I needed to put two bookshelves instead of a bookshelf and then two decorative items by it or something like that. And then you see me putting the foliage in there just to add a pop of green to the book shelves. I wanted to call them bookcases to the bookshelves. And you see me going through all the different floral arrangements that I could put in there. Next, you're going to see me actually doing the outside patio area, which I almost forgot to do, but how can you miss that? Come on now, it just looks so plain. So I decided to put a little bit here and there when it came to the furniture for the outside of the patio, only because I'm supposed to be doing the interior, but I just could not help myself by putting a little bit outside, because technically the porch is still technically part of the inside of the house, right? So we're not going to get into that, but this is how I did the porch. A little planters, and then of course a little bench. And my thoughts on that was maybe he's going to sit there and wait for the bus to come. Remember Sims 3 when they used to catch the bus? I actually really miss that. I miss the honk honk, but to each its own. And so here is our actual finished home. I think it's beautiful. Drum roll, please. We are now to the official walkthrough of the Sims 4 first interior design build for iHeart 671. Now, if you want me to do your house and have it on camera, definitely hit me up on iHeart 671 either on Instagram or Twitter, or just put in the comments, because I'll be more than happy to have fun doing this with you. This was an absolute joy to do. And not just that, but I can't wait to see his reaction to it. I'll give you guys an update on that through my Twitter account, iHeart671. So I'm going to let you enjoy, and I want to make sure that you know I am so grateful for every one of you. And I just can't wait to see where this goes. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, hasta la vista, baby.